some fat fucking old jackass on me, please! Big man! We had a deal! We had paperwork! Hey! Fuck off, Johnny!
Hey, you're a couple real badasses! Put a beat down on an old man!
Yeah, we don't take that! We have a deal with them!
Just about. Please, get those millennial ass wipes.
With pleasure. You fuckwads! Where are you going, tough guys?
Hey everybody, welcome back to GTA 5. We're doing this mission. I think it's called the Ballad of Rocco. I immediately forgot. And yeah, we're chasing Rocco. It's a pretty short mission, and yeah, just keeping it chugging along. Hope everyone's doing alright. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day, if you did anything for that. If you had have a significant other who you did anything with, go out and go to dinner or a movie, or you stay in the house. Yeah, I hope everyone did that. I had a pretty fine Valentine's Day. We haven't had our dinner yet. We're doing that tomorrow night, but what did we do? Oh, we made pizza. We made pizza from scratch. Like, we made the dough. That was kind of nice, and it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. And we watched the Valentine's Day movie, the one from 2010 that has like 45 people in it, because that is what she wanted to watch. And I mean, I didn't like it, but you know, it was whatever. Little movie for Valentine's Day, and you get to see, you know, 90 celebrities. So I think those movies are made with the idea that, like, well, if you just make like 25 little movies, each with their own 2 or 3 celebrities in them, then everyone is going to have at least one section of it that they like or can stomach watching, because they're like, oh my god, it's fucking George Lopez, or oh my god, it's fucking Jamie Foxx, or oh my god, it's Jennifer Garner. I don't know, there's a bunch of people in it. It's pretty funny. The associate producer credit. I like that he gets to be an associate producer for, like, killing a guy. Like, just like just like beating up the actors and shooting them is what a producer does. I've always thought that was kind of funny.
Hey, baby. I just wanted to tell you, I'm finally doing something with my life. I'm making a movie. A real one. Call me.
I can't wait until the day when I can make that phone call. I'm making a movie. A real one. Speaking of which, I made a real movie that you can watch. It's not a real movie, per se, but it's just as real as anything else. I mentioned a couple videos ago that on top of the silly cheat code videos, I had been working on a more experimental short film idea using this game, and I finished it, and I put it up on Vimeo. So I guess I'll link to that in the description if anyone is interested in watching that, giving that a look. I would appreciate any feedback or, you know, reactions, even if you hate it. It's going for something a bit more abstract, so I have no idea if anything that I was trying to do or say comes across, but hopefully it's at least, like, cool to look at, semi-interesting. So yeah, I'll link that below.
And if we don't?
Then I will go to jail and you will get shot.
Ah, fuck you, Dave. I've heard it all before.
Not like this, you haven't.
Has he briefed you? Oh, why, yes, he has. He told us that if we do what you say, then together we can take down the big bad wolf that is government corruption.
Yeah, and if you don't, we're all gonna fry, because the agency's onto us. I've even got some fools in our own bureau that are questioning My methods. Think I'm a liar, a cheater, some kind of a killer and a thief.
So?
So, there's some evidence, and I need you guys to find out what they know.
All right, so what? Want Lester here to hack into the system, wipe it all clean?
Oh, no, that will not work. The only way to access it is through your buildings.
Fuck me.
Michael, you'd be doing me a very big favor. And if you do this, I will make sure that all your files are deleted. Promise you.
Hey, it's the last thing we do, and we're done. Period.
This will not be the last thing that they do.
I'm a man of my word. Dave, let's go.
Come on, Lester, let's go.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Take us to the bureau. Parking garage entrance.
So this is cleaning out the bureau. And we're doing exactly what it says on the tin. We're gonna go into the FIB building and
I thought we'd start by finding a way into the building.
Scooby-Doo. Well, actually, we're not doing that. This is basically a heist mission for the bureau raid.
Well, the janitors are all on
We gotta get all of our shit together. So we're scoping out the FIB building to see how we can get in, we can get the shit. That's the game. Yeah. I'm sorry, I feel like I don't have much to talk about today. Because normally I'm, just full of great things to say about the game and everything. Yeah, so we have this very exciting part here where you get to watch cars come out of a parking garage and look at their license plate. Bop my head around to we built this city on rock and roll.
Not our guy.
So what do you think about this whole
But yeah, I don't know. I've been, I was thinking of streaming today instead of recording this, but I ended up sleeping in quite late and, had to do other things, so now it's a little later in the afternoon than I would have liked to start. But, I don't know, maybe. Depends on what the rest of the day ends up being like. Definitely am gonna be streaming sometime this weekend, either Friday or Saturday. We may or may not be doing a race of a game again. I don't know, we haven't talked about it yet, but we were talking about it during the last stream about doing potentially Mario World or something else. So yeah, I've been streaming a lot of GTA Online, and also been continuing Spyro Year of the Dragon. That's been going well. I've been liking doing that, and I'd like to continue doing it a little, as frequently. I've been trying to do at least 2 a week, and I think I've accomplished that so far the last few weeks. But yeah, so if you want more, I don't know, I feel like I'm more engaging during a live stream than with the recording. And I would say maybe I should just go back to, or not even back, but I should go to live commentary for this LP, but, I mean, for one thing, I already have this and at least another video's worth already recorded, the gameplay for it. And also, I don't know, there's not that much of the game left. I feel like it would be kind of weird to do just switch to live commentary with 2 videos left. But I don't know, it might make things a little more fun, because instead of me just sitting back and trying to think of things to talk about over the gameplay footage, I could be, doing the epic Let's Player stuff where I'm going oh, fucking titties whenever I get hit or whatever, But, oh well. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's fine. We're all just chilling. I'm just, this is for the 10 homies who just like listening to my voice. So, for the real ones who are still tuning into the GTA 5 LP 23 videos in. Yeah. This will probably be the last, like, game of any significant length that I do a Let's Play of on this channel, honestly. I feel like, yeah, I feel like streaming is, more conducive to that sort of thing. I think when I finish Year of the Dragon, which should be pretty soon, probably, I'm going to try to finish it the next time that I stream it, because I'm in the last section of the game, so I feel like it shouldn't take too long. Unless I have to do a bunch of backtracking for eggs. But I think when this LP is done and when I'm done streaming through Spyro, I think the next thing I might do is stream Red Dead 2, which I have, but I've never played. And I think that would be interesting. I just didn't want to do 2 Rockstar games at the same time. But yeah, I think from this point on, any game like this that would take like more than 20 videos to complete, I think would just be better off as a stream, honestly. And I think Let's Plays will be more suited to shorter and more light stuff. Not that this isn't light, this is a heavy-ass game. No, but you know what I mean. But anyway, we're going in here to intimidate this guy. You have to not get too close to him when he's walking in, because if you spook him, then that ruins the whole thing. You have to wait for, you know... Which is funny, because we're gonna spook him anyway. I'm walking into his house. I don't know. Like, is it crazy? I guess, cause the thing is, when he's outside, he could run away. Yeah, I'm getting too close to the janitor. And then immediately after that, it's like, okay, now go, talk to him.
Another one of those, Harvey?
Who are you?
The guy with your best interests at heart. Fill your pockets with money, and all you gotta do is take a little vacation.
Hey, I work 2 jobs, man. Take any break I can get.
Good.
Hey, you want the beer?
Nah, just take the overalls. Oh, and your ID.
It's in there.
Oh, and Harvey, I probably don't need to say this, but you don't play ball, I'll be forced to do something I really don't want to do. Enjoy your beer.
That was nice. It's just a normal interaction between guys. He gets a day off, he gets a beer, it's fine. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on. Other than Valentine's Day, I really haven't had a whole lot going on the last week or so. I just looked right before I started recording. I saw on my Twitter feed that, Anya Taylor-Joy was just announced very late as a cast member of Dune Part 2, which comes out in like 2 weeks, which I'm very excited for. And there had been speculation beforehand that she would be playing the character Alia, and now that seems to be basically confirmed, although the Variety article that announced it specifically did not name which character it would be. Oh look, Afric Cancer is now online. But it's it would be very strange, because for those of you who have read the Dune book would know that Alia in that book is a baby. So why is this, you know, I just bumped my mic, I'm sorry. So yeah, why is like a 26-year-old playing her? And Alia's supposed to be born with like spice witch powers. So she her development accelerates very quickly. So toward the end of the book, she's a toddler, but she's already like speaking well ahead of her years. And then in Dune Messiah, she's a little bit older child, and she's like a fucking freak. And it's supposed to be very unsettling. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I kind of feel like they're just gonna have ATJ's voice coming out of a baby. It'll be weird, but it's supposed to be weird. It's going to be great if they make a Children of Dune movie, which I don't think they will. At least Denis Villeneuve probably won't. He said that he would like to make Dune Messiah if Dune 2 does well, and that Dune Messiah would be the last one that he would do. I know they're making a spin-off series that's based on one of the Brian Herbert books about, like, the Bene Gesserit. I don't know if they have any plans to continue the franchise. I mean, if it makes money, then why not? But a Children of Dune movie would be very odd because, I mean, a Dune Messiah movie will be strange. The books, one of the main things that I like about the Dune books is that they get progressively more strange as they go on. Here is the most efficient ending to a robbery of all time. She didn't even fucking flinch. That guy's face just exploded in front of her, and she was just like, "Oh, thank you." Anyway, yeah, in Children of Dune, you have Paul Atreides' kids, who they also have the, like, spice witchy powers as babies, so they're, like, in the book, they're supposed to be, like, 10 years old or whatever, but they speak like a wise old sage, and they sound like an adult, but in a kid's voice. And I feel like there's a lot of different, like, VFX ways you could go about presenting that, and I don't know what they will do if they do make that. The sci-fi miniseries, like the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries of Children of Dune, they squared that circle by just inexplicably making the kids 20 years old instead. So, you know, it's like they're born, like, you know, a couple years after Alia was born, but somehow and, you know, this was 10 years ago, and everyone else is aged like 10 or 15 years, but somehow Alia is like 35 and the kids are 20. I don't know. Anyway, this is Reuniting the Family, one of the happiest missions in the game.
But I'm just so fucking upset that we can't even see each other. And you're just a drunk, lame dad.
You know what? That might just be the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
So will you buy me a car?
What?
I mean, not in the "so will you buy me a car" kind of way, in a completely off-topic "can you buy me a car." I mean, firstly, I'm a fat shit that you ruined. And secondly, I will get a job, and I will stop smoking pot, in that sort of way, okay?
I like "in that sort of way." I will stop smoking pot in that sort of way. I won't stop, but I'll stop smoking it like that. I've been there, buddy.
Besides which way, I'm probably gonna be dead in a couple weeks anyway.
Please don't die, okay? Yeah, it's great catching up with you too, Dad.
Yeah.
Once again, weird lighting stuff around this house. I don't know what it is about this house during the cutscenes where, like, it can't decide when there's light coming in or not. I don't know, like, it's like clipping in and out, like, what's happening? This is the first time I've seen that too. Like, I've seen my fair share of display glitches in this game. Never that one.
And she wants you to go over there and prove that you give a fuck.
All right. I can take a fucking hint. Let's go. We'll get Tracy on the way.
Tracy, on the other hand, she's a star. Sort of.
So yeah, we're getting the band back together. I always liked this mission. I don't know. It's fun. I like the family. I've said before that I think Michael is the most interesting character in the game, and I like the family. I think they're funny, and I missed them. And I remember the first time I played through this game and I got to this mission, I was like, oh my god, I'm having fun again. And it's weird because you're not even, like, really doing anything in this mission. You're driving to different locations and watching cutscenes is most of this mission. But I don't know, there's, you're supposed to get catharsis out of what he does to Fabian here and what he will be doing later in the mission. And I think it works. I think it works better than a lot of other moments that are supposed to be like that in this game.
These two, it picture of holistic well-being, I don't think.
Hey.
Maybe they shit once a year between them.
Oh!
That's my son!
Amanda, come. I have
Don't talk about my son's poop that way.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna ask politely that you show my wife a little respect.
Red meat has been blocking your chi as well as your digestive tract.
I ain't even gonna go there. I'm gonna ask you one time, nicely.
Michael, just hit him, please.
Shush, woman!
Anything for you, sweetheart.
What are you doing? I had some really good work there, you dick!
There's a lot more where that came from, Holmes.
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's fine. Listen, Amanda. I've been meaning to say to you, look, I just...
What he's trying to say, Mom, is that he's a pathetic, old, drunken mess, and he needs you. And you could do a lot better than a prima donna yoga instructor with an anal fixation.
Someone
Shut up!
See, that's nice. This is the kind of stuff I like to see.
Neutral ground. Dr. Friedlander's office.
It's perfect. All of us. I'll pick up Tracy and bring her there. Meet you?
Fine. All right, you. Come on. Get up, you idiot.
Yoga?
No yoga.
All right. You know where your sister is, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, but what about that sugar, caffeine, and emulsified pig fat flavored beverage I want?
Another time.
Oh.
Come on. I want one too. Later.
Tracy's meant to be at the tattoo parlor.
So now we're going to the next bit. But yeah, I don't know how to explain. I always liked this mission. I thought it was fun. And yeah, I think it's just because I missed the family. That was just like the dynamic that I thought was funniest. I mean, you know, it's not amazing stuff or whatever. This kind of thing has been done before. This kind of, you know, story about this kind of guy. But I don't know. I always just thought it was a lot more compelling than Michael and Trevor's thing, which goes on through the entire fucking game and spins its wheels. I mean, I think that part is, like... I think the thing that's weird about it to me is I feel like Trevor knows the whole time, and there's nothing that happens that makes him suddenly be like, oh, you know what? I bet it's Brad. Like in that whole conversation scene, it just it doesn't really come about naturally. And I'm just like, I feel like there have been things that Trevor has seen and said by that point in the game where he should basically know. And what's keeping them from doing it? Just the shit with from confronting each other over it. Just the shit with the FIB and the promise of maybe doing a crime later. I don't know. It feels weird. I've already talked about it, though. Anyway, here we have a funny part. Because this guy sucks, Laszlo. They had to say hipster again. It wasn't funny enough that you're doing this to him. He has to say, oh, I look like a hipster, and it's 2013, so we all hate them. This part's cool, though. You draw a dick on him.
Let's not get him involved. Let's do. Are we gonna match? You move, and I will knock you into next week.
For some reason, when I was thinking about this part, I thought it was that there's like a yellow line shaped like a dick on his chest that you're supposed to follow. But no, it's the yoga thing where you turn the thing. I love these QuickTime events in this game where it's like, you know, just like press X to cut his dick off. Twirl the right control stick around to juggle this dude's balls.
Now I gotta get extensions.
No, what you gotta get is my daughter, whatever she wants.
Yeah, without sucking on your piddle stick.
Look, okay, guys, that was a joke. I'm a clown. I'm a sad, lonely little clown.
Hey, you're gonna put her on your show, and you're gonna make sure she looks good.
Look,
okay? I got a lot of juice in this town, but I mean, I'm not a miracle.
Just do it!
Yeah.
All right, Trace, let's go. We gotta get to the therapist.
So, I'll like call you or something, okay? Bye.
I like Tracy. She's funny. And yeah, it's fun. It's not good, is it? Yeah, I like the Laszlo bit. Laszlo's, you know, he's just dumb and sucks, so it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. This was one of the Laszlo bit. I talked about my friend Joey talking about how it was just like sex joke after sex joke. I don't know if I did mention that, but that was one of the reasons why he said this game was mid. And he cited this as one of the things where he was like, when we got to the part where, you know, with Laszlo, and like in the tattoo parlor, I thought that I was gonna get to kill him, but it was like, oh, you can draw a dick on him. And I was like, oh, again, another penis joke. Which was very funny if you know Joey. I mean, he's friends with me, so you know that he had a taste for penis humor. So, I don't understand. But I mean, I also get it now, in hindsight, because it's like, I've complained during this LP about how, you know, not all of the raunchiness hits in this game.
I was talking smack to your mother.
Well, I applaud you, Pop.
Here, here. You're like finally like using your powers of selfishness and rage for like good. Not an objective universal good, but like a subjective what's in our best interest kind of good.
Fuck yeah! Awesome! Let's rob somebody!
Do it, Dad!
Yeah! Do it! Do it!
Enough, okay? I love that we're getting along.
I wish that they both chanted at the same time. Tracy kind of stretches the other one out. But I like that little bit there. You're using your powers for good. Not actually good, but good for us. And I don't know, that's kind of funny. I feel like that kind of thing, where, again, I'm just making the same point over and over again, that this bit of the game, I feel like works better for me than a lot of other parts where the game just kind of throws up its hands at the morality of its story, you know? Not the morality of the story, but you know what I mean, like, I feel like the game doesn't really have an answer to any of the things that it brings up. You know, it doesn't really... It wants to comment on the like, selfishness and the vapidness and the emptiness of American culture and of these characters, but it still wants you to just... It still just wants to be a goofy video game. Oh wait, I need to shut up because the best line in the whole game is about to be said.
Inside and out, I gotta tell you, the progress has been really fucking slow.
How would you know what progress is like, you stupid murdering shit?
Gee, because all you do is whine at me.
Oh, all I do is whine. Michael, could you please stop murdering people? Michael, could you please stop endangering me and the both of your children? You kill people and then you sit in the sun and drink and feel guilty about it. That is not work.
I don't see you complaining on the
That was a good, like, shuffle away by Tracy there a minute ago, too. Like, scooting away from him.
Face it, Amanda. We're trailer trash, you and me. We were taught to do this.
Get a center, Michael. You have no center.
How about you suck my cock? Huh? No, wait. We'll both get a center.
There it is. That's the best line in the whole game. How about you suck my cock? Yeah, I love that. That video where it's just that clip and they zoom in on the face, the little he does it's so good.
And that's really all the time we...
Wow, that was crazy. Just said that he would kill her. I guess this is still kind of wonky to me because it's the like the lead up and then what they're gonna be saying after this part make it seem like they're on the mend and like pretty good, but then in that scene they just go straight to screaming at each other and make absolutely no like there's no like progress made. There's like they haven't moved forward in any way. It's just they go in and they say the same shit they've been saying the entire game, and then they come out of there and they're like, you know, that was really nice. Let's go home. It's just like there's so many things like that in this game where just all of the there's like no connective tissue between any of the story beats. They just kind of happen. Everyone just like acts the same for the entire game, and then at a completely random moment when it needs to happen, they're just like, you know what? I've decided that I'm different now.
Ooh, I got a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Probably just the meds you raided.
Okay. Cathartic. All right. I just don't want it to be more of the same.
Now you're the one making the demands?
No, not demands. I'm saying you're right. Something was broke, and we gotta work at fixing it.
We do. All of us.
Yes, Mom.
For real, peeps.
And this is pretty much where this game leaves it, as far as I'm aware, with the family stuff, is this conversation of being like, okay, we forgive you for some reason, and you have not stopped doing any of the things that were the problem. And we went to therapy to try to talk about it, and it didn't work, and so things are good, and we just have to keep working at it. And that's really, and that's what I mean by this game has no answer to any of the questions or problems that its story poses for its characters. It's like, okay, well, you have this affliction where you're stuck in this rut of this, cyclical behavior. So where does the game story leave us? With that, it's just, you just gotta work at it. You know what I mean? There's not really anything there. That being said, I still think that mission is fun and funny, and I think the strength of the characterization of the family and of Michael is, can kind of coast by on that. So, yeah, and, it's been about 5 minutes since we've played as Trevor, so we gotta go see how he's doing, the best character in the whole game. I think that's one of the things that's really turned me off from this game, as I've played through it this time around, is how much time you spend with Trevor. I mean, I feel like I'm playing as fucking Trevor all the time, like, every opportunity that a mission has to make you play as Trevor, it will make you do that. And and to like have Trevor involved in some way or another. And I don't know. And just the idea of like it feels to me like the people who made the game very much think that Trevor is like epic and hilarious, and I've never really seen him that way. But yeah, as much as I just shit on it at the end there, I do like the reuniting the family part, and I think that bit works a little bit better than the other stuff in the game. It's not quite as awkward. That was a good hopping punch. Anyway, here's the last exercising demons. I don't know why they give you the Michael one at the beginning and then the last two are at the very end of the game. But of course, the joke here is that she and Trevor are perfect for each other because they're both insane. And so you're running after her. And this was just, to kind of be the outro to the game. We've covered a lot of good plot stuff with Michael in this video, so just do a little... It dumps you off with Trevor anyway, and this bitch is right near, so you can just do this. This reminds me of doing the Junk Energy time trials online. You can get like $50,000 in that game if you beat the par time on those. It's a pretty good way of making money if you play the game frequently. This does not have to do with anything, but just because this is a thing, it doesn't really matter. I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to recommend a ongoing series of YouTube videos that have been making the rounds in Movie Headville lately, which is a series called No CGI is Really Just Invisible CGI. It's very interesting, and it is about exactly what it sounds like, that there is an idea among a lot of people, movie goers and the press, that movies that use a lot of CGI are not as good or whatever as movies that are very practical. And there's a list of popular movies of the last however many years that are praised for using quote-unquote little CGI, and that this series basically endeavors to point out how this line of thinking about CGI comes from a fundamental ignorance among moviegoers as to how movies are made nowadays, and just kind of pulling back the veil on just how ubiquitous quote-unquote CGI, which it also goes into how that is an extremely vague and useless term that can mean a million different things that are all very different, and that basically no one who actually works in post-production or VFX ever uses that term. The video series is about pulling the curtain back on just how ubiquitous that stuff is, and how there's actually quite a bit more digital elements to movies and TV shows these days that you don't even notice because it's pretty seamless. The bit specifically about how Oppenheimer achieved its VFX with very minimal digital alteration is really cool, and emphasizes that those restrictions that Nolan imposed are very much the exception, not the rule. The bit about how apparently, because the whole thing about no CGI is basically just a marketing thing, but the bit about how the lengths studios go to in promoting their films to hide the CGI that they use, and he specifically looks at promo material for the Barbie movie, and in the bonus material, they keyed out a blue screen to have a background so that it looked like they were filming on a fuller set and not using blue screen for a very clearly blue screen thing. It's very interesting, and I recommend it if you're interested in that sort of thing. You may be wondering why I've been just sitting here on my bike, but if you haven't been paying attention to what's been going on here, this kind of stuff is what makes GTA 5 fun to me, is when you have one of these Dwarf Fortress moments where the NPCs interact, and because they are insanely stupidly made, they'll just do shit like this, where one of the medics will come out and just beat a guy to death. There's a lot there. I was talking over it. You can go back and watch it if you're interested in these shenanigans. And I love these incredibly roundabout ways he has to run around. And that it's just silliness, and I was just having a ball watching it. Yeah. I love how the medics in this game, they come whenever someone dies, and they just go over to them and look at them and then leave. And of course, like everything, this whole thing just came from a cop car, a cop shooting someone and a million people getting caught in the crossfire. Something that does not happen at all in real life. Did you guys see that crazy fucking body cam video that was on Twitter of the cop who heard an acorn hit the car next to him during an arrest, and he thought it was a gunshot somehow, and just unloads a whole fucking clip into his own car after doing a barrel roll? Jesus fucking Christ. They'll give a gun and a badge to anybody, I swear to God. Anyway, all is right with the world. Things have reset. The medics and cops have shot and run over enough people that the situation is okay now. Anyway, next time, more stuff. See you then.